Garrett Johnston here with Patrick Reed. And Patrick, when I think about practice, I see you there putting. Is it a lot of the tees you're using for distance? Like, what kinds of drills are helping you with practice?
Yeah, really biggest thing today was just kind of get the speeds down. These greens are really slopey, and I feel like speed's going to be crucial out there, especially with trying to play high side breaks and a lot of breaks. So, yeah, for me, really kind of right before I finished the day was kind of just do some speed work, get the speed dialed in, so I'm ready to go for tomorrow.
Yeah. Overall, like, how long is your routine when you get warmed up for a round? How long is that? What does it look like?
I would say about an hour and 15. I usually start on the putting green, do just kind of a couple short putts, and then do some more speed work, and then go chip a little bit and hit chipping and bunker shots, and then hit a couple wedges, and then from there go to the range and kind of just work on some full swing, and then come back in about 20 minutes before we tee off and hit a couple more putts, kind of randomized just to try to simulate what I'm going to see on the golf course.
Yeah. So going back to the green, how important is that to kind of get that last touch?
Well, I've always liked to see a ball go in right before I go out to play. So the only way, really, the easiest way to do that is go on putt a green and hit a couple putts. So it's just one of those confidence things for me. Kind of go out and watch a ball go in the hole right before I go out to the first tee.
What about in practice, on general practice weeks? Are you able to, what are a couple drills on the range that help you with your feels, whether it's with transition or just with wrist hinge, or what kinds of things help?
Yeah, for me, it's all about alignment rods. Make sure I have one down for my feet, just to make sure my aim's where it is, and I always put one out in front of me and try to work the ball around it, whether I'm in a draw around it or a fade around it to work on start lines. But yeah, for me, it's more about just having those two rods down so I can make sure the ball's starting where I want to, and then from there, obviously, I just feel kind of the face on rotation on whether I'm trying to draw it or fade it. But yeah, I mean, for me, the more I've been on the range, the more I just realize it's more of a warm-up. It's not really something I need to sit there and just kind of grind and try to find out on tournament weeks. Yeah, for me, it's more about just kind of getting loose, getting on the golf course, and especially at a place like this I haven't seen in a long time, is kind of come out and spend more of my time on the golf course rather than on the range.
Well, when it comes to your driver, the bigger club in the bag, what do you make of the driver testing that's been going on recently, and how, just the way that the tour's been going about that and governing bodies?
Yeah, no, I think it's important. Everyone. We all know the rules that we're supposed to stay in the guidelines of, and for driver testing and stuff. We get all of our stuff from the manufacturers and things like that. But the more you hit the driver, the more you play with it, the faster the head can become. And I think it's a good. It's good to kind of always test it and check. My biggest thing would say that during the majors and stuff, instead of testing say 50 guys or something like that, test them all. Test every player, so that everyone's starting at the same field, because
And that way everybody knows going in, right?
exactly. So then everyone knows. So just because you tested say 50 the last major, and then all of a sudden there's 100 and something guys there that didn't get tested. There could be some guys that are using a hot driver. And the crazy thing is you don't even know it, because it's not something that you kind of hit a golf ball, you're like, that's not looking right, or something like that. It's just one of those that if it gets just a little hot, a little fast, it's very hard to tell. So the only way you're going to know that is by testing it, and those are kind of hard machines to find around there. So that being said, I feel like if they tested everybody during the majors, it would just kind of feel like put everything at rest.
What about during live events? What would you like to see in terms of testing out here with drivers?
Yeah, I have no problem with them testing at all. That's my whole thing is, if everyone's playing the same thing, it shouldn't really matter. And we all know our guidelines and everything, and with all of us getting driver heads and stuff built from the manufacturers on the vans and things like that, they're not going to send us something that's hot. They're going to send us something that's within the boundaries that they're supposed to be, and it's just one of those things that, depending on club speed, depending on certain faces, there's so many factors on why certain faces wear out a little quicker and get hotter faster. But as players and even as manufacturers, you're not really going to know that, with depending on how many balls the guys are hitting and things like that. So I have no problem with them regularly testing drivers and making sure that everyone stays within that limit. To be honest with you, it'd be easier for players if we got tested more often with the drivers, because then if you show up at a huge event and all of a sudden you already know kind of going in, okay, well, so then you're not all of a sudden trying to have to find a driver, say Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday on tournament site.
You're not like flipping on the spot, like we're worried about that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because your backup's never like your gamer ever.
Well, speaking of that, Lucas Glover mentioned he thinks that some guys are putting their backups in for testing. I mean, everyone has their own opinion, but I mean, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I have no idea. All I know is every time I've been tested, I just hand them the driver that I'm using that's in the golf bag. And like, I mean, I got tested at PGA Championship, and it was completely fine. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that, I mean, to have to sit there and worry tournament week whether your driver's hot or not is not fun, obviously. And then especially if it ends up being hot, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, instead of actually preparing, get ready for the golf tournament, you're now scrambling trying to find a driver that suits you and fits you just like the gamer. So yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I feel like yeah, at the big events, at the major tournaments, if you're going to test 50 guys, I mean, what's the difference in testing everybody? It takes no time to test one club.
And what about with your driver? How often do you go through club faces or club heads, I should say, with them?
I don't swing it hard enough to go through them pretty quickly. I mean,
Real talk here, okay?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've been using this driver. I've been using him for quite some time now, and I mean, I would say close to a year now. And it got tested at PJ, and it wasn't even close to being hot. So that being said, I mean, some people are different. It just kind of depends on, I would think, manufacturer, what they're using, what technology, and then also at the same time, I mean, how hard the guy swings. But yeah, for me, I mean, I'm usually changing a driver head not because it got flat or is too fast. I'm usually changing it because of newer heads or things like that. So I mean, I have flattened and cracked a couple in the past, but yeah, I mean, for me, they usually give out first before they really get hot.
Two more quick things, and then you got two big majors coming up. Oakmont with all that thick rough, like how do you deal with it? You know what I mean? Like it gets crazy out there, like around the greens. How do you deal with when you are there?
Yeah, you have to hit it straight, and if you get in that thick stuff out there at Oakmont, I mean, it's just you gotta be smart. You gotta really kind of assess the lie and feel like if you can get it up there, or just kind of take your medicine. But that's what you expect at a U.S. Open. You expect it to play really hard. You expect the rough to be nasty. And I mean, Oakmont's going to be a good test.
All right, always appreciate the time, Patrick. Good to see you.
Thanks, bud.
All right, boys.